Hello, my name is Jesse. Welcome to another Transformers Generations review. This time we're looking at the Deluxe Class TANKOR figure. Now, when this figure is announced, even before it was shown, a lot of Hasbro reps were marketing this figure as up that this was going to be the high-selling item, that this was going to be the one hard to keep on shelves, and they're really pushing for this TANKOR, and this is a very, very disappointing figure. I was not quite in love with this figure to begin with. I try to go into every toy review open-minded, but from early on pictures, it just felt like a McDonald's toy. And to a lot of parts about this figure, it does not live. It very much feels like a McDonald's toy. The transformation is super simple. And to its credit, the original TANKOR toy, the original TANKOR toy, the Voyager class one, had little to no relation to his Beast Machines counterpart. But the tank drone, the basic class tank drone, which was way more accurate, which I still love. I did a review on that many years ago. Did not have a super complex transformation, but that was also a scout class figure. It was very small. This is pretty disappointing. But now let's take a look at his tank mode, and his tank mode looks pretty nice. His gun turret thing does not turn left or right. It only goes up or down, which is pretty disappointing. And to fire his missile, you pull back on this, and it's just a friction missile. There's no spring. Yeah, most friction missiles have like kind of a ball right here, so it's one of the cheaper missiles. You can see he has wheels on the bottom. He's got one wheel on the back, two on the front, and I guess it rolls fine. It does its job. Head can turn a little bit in this mode, but not a whole lot. Yeah, it just it just is what it is. There's not really too much to this figure. Alright, on to transformation. Gonna fold out these bits here. Let me zoom out a little bit, focus. Fold out these bits here. Fold out the arms. Rotate the arms. Gonna take this section here and attempt to lift it up. There you go. Lift this whole focus. There we go. There's the focus. Lift this whole piece up, and it'll kind of click or slide in place there. And straighten the feet out. Rotate these panels up like so. Rotate these bits forward, rotate the feet around, and there's TANKOR in robot mode. And just like Rat Trap, who's in this wave, feels like he's a small figure, especially for TANKOR. TANKOR was a big character. Not like story wise, but like physically, he was a gigantic. He would have been to like fit in scale with most Generations figures. He probably would have needed to be a leader class figure, but that probably was not going to happen. So they went with the deluxe, but I wish they would have made a Voyager class version of this, because there's a lot more potential. This thing feels dinky. It just feels cheap, and the kind of bluish gray plastic they used on the head, the torso bits up here, arm, it just doesn't look, or just doesn't feel right. It's just very cheap. You can rotate the head left and right. There's no up and down movement. His shoulders can go in and out. You can lift up his shoulder pads here to give a little bit more detail. He does have a bicep swivel and a elbow hinge, and his little claw things can open and close too. No waist, and his hips go in and out, and knee, but that's useless because he has wheels on his feet, so he can just roll, at least wheels on the back. The fronts will just kind of rub against the table. Really could have used some wheels in the front, so it would have been a lot more smooth. I would have really liked to see if they could have done a Voyager Class 1 actually have working treads. That would have been really cool, but wasn't going to happen with this guy. I'm really having a hard time trying to find anything positive about him. When I first saw him in package, I was like, oh, okay, it actually doesn't look that bad, because I mean, from the front, like in a package, it does look nice with the comic in the back and just the nice packaging, and you know, just the initial glance was like, oh, okay, this is might be surprising, but once you get it out and realize what it is, you know, it's super hollow, that it's not very well designed, and they hyped it up way too much. It's a pretty disappointing figure. I cannot really recommend this figure. Even to the die-hard Beast Machines fans who probably have the original TANKOR or Tank Drone figures, pass on this guy. I do not really see much play value in him, as opposed to the transformation is super simple. It's not worth it. The tank mode is basic. The robot mode is probably the best looking one. Even that's not saying a whole lot, because the robot mode is annoyingly ugly, especially parts like it just the silver faceplate here against this pale blue gray plastic just looks gross. I really like to see how the TANKOR version looks in hand, but if it doesn't look any better, then ugh. It just feels gross. I'm sorry to say, but it just it's definitely not worth the full retail price. Sorry to say, but you marked up the wrong figure. Alright, oh, I forgot to do my outing last review. You can follow me at Twitter at twitter.com/SSJAutobot. You can Instagram me too, SSJAutobot. And I do a lot of streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/SSJ_Autobot. And if this is the first video of mine you've seen, please just click the subscribe button on this video, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.